bed, and would you stand, think which is your right hand, and stand to the right side of your desk.
Just get right out of your desk.
All right. Say it with me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States, for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay,
Pre-Civil War, do you know what that means? Before the Civil War. The Civil War started in 1861. And before that, all houses looked the same. Usually you started out, see when you came, you had to build a house. There was nothing here. Think about it. You couldn't rent a house. There was no place to live. You built a log house. Well, this lady had 9 kids, and she said, I am sick of this. It is so tight in here. They had to hang the chairs on the wall so that they could lie down at night. There was so little room. With 9 kids and a wife and a husband, it was terrible. So their house, this is called Waddling Dam. You can see it's all handmade. And you had to get 2 of these out of 1 tree, because in Switzerland, you couldn't cut a tree without a permit. You had to plant 3 for every one you cut. Never heard of mudslide in Switzerland, did you? Never will, because they take care of what they're doing.
Wow.
But you would groove that big one out, and then you'd put in these uneven, ugly slats, because you want it to hold this. It's bottling down. Now you don't want sand, you want clay soil. And you would take water, barrels of water, and pour on it. I'm telling you, it is the slickest stuff. It is horrible. And then you don't want a horse with that round hoof. You want a cow, big, fat, heavy oxen. And your mom and dad stayed downstairs. And there's a cradle over there, but they have the cradle here at night, so the dad could reach down and cover the baby up. Oh, probably 40 times or so every night, because babies wiggle and they freeze. It was not unusual when these fires, they set them so that the coals will stay hot as long as they possibly can. But at some point, if it's windy, the fire goes clear out. And often in the morning, there'd be ice on top of the water. Can you imagine how cold it'd be in your house if there's ice in there? That's why they wore hats to bed and slippers and all kinds of stuff. And they would heat up. We even had this when I was a little girl. They would take bricks. All of us had a brick in our bed. And when it was evening, as soon as supper was over, we'd have to go in our bedroom and get our brick and bring it out and lay it on top of the stove. And it would lay there until we went to bed, because we didn't have TV when I was a little girl. And so we would read or whatever we did. And then when it was time to go to bed, my dad would wrap it in towels, usually I think big towels, and he would put it in the bottom of the bed, at the foot of the bed, so you could put your feet on it to stay warm in the night. It worked really well. I mean, it did. And without that, you would lay in that bed forever trying to get warm. And finally, you'd be able to go to sleep. So that.
I bet she that would be.
We're going into this cabin in the woods.
What would you like to take a picture of?
Inside here?
Anything.
Okay. Ooh.
Hey, there's a calculator. Hey, Hattie, there's a calculator. There are more rules under back here. Hey, there's a calculator.
My name's Debbie, and I'm your tour guide for the Cheese House.
Right here, boys.
Are there more people coming, or are we done?
Yeah, there's more people. A few more people coming.
All
Have a seat, kids. Have a seat.
Okay.
He's got to enter seat, so he's got to take a sign.
Oh, okay.
Logs over there. That's why the doors are open.
It was kind of chilly in here this morning, so. All right, so I will tell you about all that stuff. We'll get to it.
Keep your mittens to yourself.
Okay, this is the Adam Hartman Cheese House. It was built in 1872, so that was 149 years ago. So this house was built long before any of us were born. And it was located about 7 miles from here up in the little town of Veracruz. And it was moved here to form part of Swiss Heritage Village. And we still make cheese in this cheese house, which is kind of fun to watch if you ever. You can come here during Swiss Days at the end of July or during the Swiss Heritage Festival in September. And we have 2 cheesemakers that come here and actually make cheese over the fire over there, just like that. So Adam built this house in 1872, and he painted his initials on the door. You can see them right here. Adam Hartman, A.H. Of course, after 149 years, it's starting to fade a little bit. And his son Daniel Hartman put his initials on there too, and so did some other people. And as you can see, we're going to step into this room right here. People put their initials on this door too. We don't know who they were, but this little room back here is where.
I'm not waiting.
Oh, okay. Looks like we can come in.
Whoa. Me and Jen found it.
Don't touch anything. You don't know what you're touching.
Well, I opened the door. No, I just
What do you call it when you drink a lot of soda as a teenager in the Amish community?
Oh, barn raising? Is that it?
This is what I used to eat.
Smile, guys. Look at me and smile.
I love that wagon.
Hold still. I saw Carmen walking towards this barn. She's way out here in the grass, and she's walking towards us, and she says she lost her gold heart pendant. And we were talking, you know, back and forth for a few minutes. You know, where'd you lose it? She said she felt it slip off in the bathroom. I'm thinking, let's start back at the bathroom. You'll never find a footprint. There's no snow. There's no way to track your steps. So we just gathered as a family and prayed 30 seconds ago. And we head back towards the cheese press, and here's Carmen crying because we literally just found it 10 seconds after our prayer.
It's her anniversary. Fourth
As if
anniversary.
prayers doesn't work. There's proof prayer works.
It's her 4th anniversary present.
Prayer work. And I'm going to pray for this knee that you want to get jabbed with some a needle. May this knee be healed in Jesus' name, so you won't even need an injection. May we have a healed knee so we can donate the injection to somebody else. Or just not take it. Wow. I am actually really surprised you found that. Why would I doubt God? Look at you, all teary-eyed.
Well, it's my anniversary gift, babe.
Yeah. I couldn't even remember what it looked like. I mean, I bought it, but years ago.
6 years ago.
6 years ago. Prayer works, guys.
Or 7 years ago, actually.
Wow. I love it when you wear a shawl.
Oh, I know. So if I pray I'm getting a slingshot, I'm going to get it.
Well, if you pray to find that what was stolen or lost, I mean, that's a more noble prayer than praying for something you might not need, huh?
Well, I want a slingshot.
This whole village represents things that humans need. We need discipline. We need hard work. We need education. We need cheese. We need our children to mind their business, their manners. We need mothers that do laundry and sons that put wood on the fire. Dads would actually take the bath last. The father would take the bath last, so he would get the dirtiest water. There was like a order.
I don't think that's actually.
Well, I'm sure some men would take the separate bath. Women and children first.
Oh my gosh.
Stop dropping your gold.
3,000.